निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पश्चात्य देशतारिणी भूमज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मीलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरुवे नमः। श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूप कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकम्। वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरु श्रीयुतपदकमलं श्रीगुरून् वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सगगन रघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्ण चैतन्यदेवं श्री राधा कृष्ण पादान् सगगन ललिता श्री विशाखान्वितांश्च। हे कृष्णा करुणा सिंधु दीनबंधु जगत्पदे गोपेश गोपिका कांत राधा कांत नमोस्तुते। तप्त कांचन गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसूते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये। वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्येव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासादि गौरभक्तवृंद। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। ईश्वरा परम कृष्णा सच्चिदानंद विग्रह अनादिरादिर गोविंदा सर्व कारण कारणम। Hare Krishna. By Lord Sri Krishna's causeless mercy, we are nicely progressing in the second chapter of Bhagavad Gita, contents of the Gita summarized. So as I explained earlier, in the second chapter, the reason it is titled as the contents of the Gita summarized means very simple, very easily Krishna is explaining the entire things about our life. Basically, we are not the body, we are the soul, but we are stuck inside this body and we need to act with intelligence to free ourselves from this material body. That's it. That's what the entire purpose of this Bhagavad Gita knowledge itself. But how we can free ourselves from this bondage, we can free ourselves from this body. So that's what is the entire Bhagavad Gita Krishna is teaching us. Because Arjuna asked a question that what do you mean by using intelligence? Because Krishna told in the second chapter, Krishna is teaching in the second chapter that use your intelligence so that you can get out of this bondage to the work, bondage to the birth in this material world. So use your intelligence. So Krishna is teaching in the entire Bhagavad Gita because Arjuna is asking in the third chapter, the first question that Jayasi chet karmanaste matha buddhi janardana tat kim karmani gore mam yojayasi kesava. So if you think intelligence is better than fruity work, then why do you want me to engage in this ghastly warfare? That's what Arjuna is asking Krishna. Because in the second chapter itself, we already studied. Already Krishna is asking Arjuna that Tyaktva uttishta parantapa. Give up such petty weakness of heart. Klaibam masma gamaka pata naitatvayi upapatyate chudram hridaya daurbalya Tyaktva uttishta parantapa. That's what Krishna is asking Arjuna. Give up such petty weakness of heart and get up and fight. That's what Krishna. So Arjuna knows Krishna wants Arjuna to fight. He knows already, even in the first chapter itself, Arjuna gave so many reasons to Krishna that why he should not fight. Because he knows that Krishna wants Arjuna to fight. So here again in the third chapter, Arjuna is asking Krishna that if you, in the second chapter, you told me very clearly that you use your intelligence. Buddhya yukta yaya partha karma bandham prakasiti. So you act with intelligence, then you are liberated from the karma bandha, the bondage to work in this material world. So everywhere, karmajam buddhi yuktagi, palam tektva manishinaga, then buddhi yukta jahatiga, ube sukrita diskrite. So tasmat yogaya yujyasva yogaha karmasu kausalam. So buddhi yukta, you act with intelligence like that Krishna is teaching in the second chapter. Now Arjuna is asking Krishna that, so if you are asking me to use intelligence, then why do you want me to go and kill my grandfather Bhishma and kill my teacher Dronacharya? Is that using intelligence? If anyone who uses intelligence will go and kill his own teacher and kill his own grandfather, his cousins, will he go and kill his own cousins? That's what we studied in the second chapter already. Arjuna was saying Arjuna was telling to Krishna that I don't want to kill the sons of Dhritarashtra. If I kill them, then I don't care to live. I don't want to live, even though they are ready to kill me. te avasita pramukhe dardarashram. Yaneva katva najiji visamaga. Yaneva katvan, by killing them, after killing them, Yaneva katvan najiji visamaga. I don't want to live. There is no life for me if I kill my cousins, the sons of Dhritarashtra. Te avasite pramukhe dardarashram. Pramukhe, they are standing in front of us. So that's what Arjuna was telling Krishna, that intelligence means not fighting in this battle. But Krishna is asking Arjuna that use your intelligence and fight. But really speaking, Krishna told Arjuna that in the 8th chapter, known shloka, you fight and give the intelligence and mind everything unto me. You focus your intelligence and mind everything unto me. Tasmat sarvesu kalesu ma manusmarat yudhyacha mayyarpita manobuddhi. Mayyarpita manobuddhi mamevesisya asamse. So you fight sarvesu kalesu ma manusmarat yudhyacha. You all the time you fight remembering me. Yudhyacha. Yudhyacha means you fight, but remembering me. Tasmat sarvesu kalesu ma manusmarat yudhyacha. So always you remember me and fight. Mayyarpita manobuddhi. So you offer your mind and intelligence unto me. Mayyarpita manobuddhi. Mamevesisi asamse. So using intelligence means remembering Krishna and doing everything for Krishna. Because then only we will get intelligence. We will gain intelligence. First of all, in order to use intelligence, we need to gain intelligence. And how we can gain intelligence? We can gain intelligence only by serving Krishna. So by serving Krishna, when we gain intelligence, then using that intelligence, we will remember Krishna more and more, and do everything for Krishna. See, the more you remember Krishna, the more we will gain intelligence. Then we will remember more Krishna using that intelligence. So that way, we will keep on connecting ourselves with Krishna more and more. So that way, we will simply forget about everything in this material world. Everything in this material world is temporary. Everything. All the news, what we study, what we read every day, all the things what we watch and what we talk, what we discuss, everything just comes to an end. Everything comes to an end. Krishna says in the 4th chapter to Arjuna that Bahuni me vyatitani janmani tavacha Arjuna. So both you and me have taken many births in the past. Tani agameda sarvani natvam veta parantapa. So I remember all of them. I know all of them, but you don't know. So that means we are keep on taking births in this material world. So we should stop this nonsense. That is the main thing. We should put an end to this repeated cycle of birth, old age, disease, and death. This is a repeated cycle. We are struggling. We are suffering in this material world. All the time we are struggling. We need to understand. We need to realize. We need to understand and realize the fact that we are struggling and suffering in this material world. Prakriti stani karsati. Prakriti means the 3 modes of material nature. So we are karsati. We are struggling. We are suffering. So the real knowledge is to understand that we are suffering and we need to gain intelligence and we need to get out of this material world. So we need to serve Krishna. We need to remember Krishna. We need to focus our mind and intelligence on Krishna. So that's what is the knowledge what we are getting in Bhagavad Gita. So that is possible only when we are able to get this knowledge fully. Because first thing is this knowledge. Without the knowledge of Bhagavad Gita, we will be creating our own philosophy. That is a major problem in this material world. Everywhere people talk about different things. They will say that whatever they think, what they are thinking is right. That's a major problem. Like Arjuna. Arjuna was thinking that whatever he is thinking is right. He told Krishna so many reasons. And Arjuna thought that everything is right. And Krishna told that everything is wrong. So Arjuna told Krishna that by fighting here, I am going to commit sins. And Arjuna told, by not fighting here, you are going to commit sins. Krishna told Arjuna that by not fighting here, you are going to commit sins. So that way, what we think may not be correct all the time, but what Krishna says is always right. So that way, we need to understand what Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita fully, because Krishna already said whatever we need in our life in Bhagavad Gita. That is the main point. So whatever we need in our life, already Arjuna asked all the questions. That's why when we study Bhagavad Gita fully, when we understand that we are not the body, we are the soul, and Krishna is the super soul, and in this body both Krishna and ourselves are living. So we have to control our mind. We need to focus our mind on Krishna. We need to control our senses. We should get ourselves freed from the three modes of material nature. So we should be always doing everything for the satisfaction of Krishna. So all this knowledge repeatedly, if we study and understand it fully, so then we will not have any questions. There is nothing, no questions for us to ask, because we will know everything. And another important thing is that Krishna is there in our heart, and he reveals the knowledge, he gives the knowledge, he makes us to remember. Everything Krishna gives. So Krishna gives. Sometimes very easy thing, very simple thing, which we always remember, we will forget it and we will try to recollect and it won't come at all. Only if Krishna wants us to remember, Krishna will give us the knowledge. Krishna will make us to remember. Krishna will give us the knowledge. So we need to forget. We need to forget this material world. We need to forget this material world so that we won't develop any attachment to material sense objects. That is the main thing. Because everything in this material world is temporary. Everything is temporary. So that way, we are very fortunate. By Krishna's mercy, we got this opportunity to study and understand Bhagavad Gita. So in Bhagavad Gita, Krishna is teaching all the knowledge what we need. So in the second chapter, already we studied in this sloka number 7 last week, Arjuna asked Krishna to tell him what is good for him. Yastreyasya nishchitam guruhi tanme. You please tell me for certain what is good for me. Because I am completely confused. I lost my composure because of miserly weakness. Now I don't know. I'm not able to decide what is right and what is wrong. I don't know whether to win or to lose. Yadva jayema yadivana jayem. So that way, Arjuna told Krishna that Arjuna was asking Krishna to tell him what is good for him. So that is a very important step, very important decision Arjuna made in the middle of the battlefield. Just because Arjuna asked Krishna this question, Krishna as a friend to Arjuna, as Arjuna's cousin, Arjuna's relative. So Arjuna was a devotee of Krishna. So Arjuna told Krishna that now I am a soul surrender unto you. I am your disciple. You please instruct me. That's what Arjuna told Krishna. Please instruct me what should I do. So for that Krishna is instructing. And also Arjuna told at the end, now he told Krishna that I don't find any other way to drive away this grief, this sadness. So yachokam uchchosanam indriyanam nahi prapasyami mama panudya yachokam uchchosanam indriyanam. So I'm this heat coming from this grief is actually drying up all my senses. So uchchosam, this extreme heat coming out from this sadness, this grief, this misery is drying up all my senses. Now even if I become the king of all the three worlds, it cannot drive away my grief. It cannot drive away all this my issues. So that's why he was telling that yachokam uchchosam indriyanam avapya bhumam asapatram riddham rajyam suranam apijadipatyam. Even if I become the king of the heaven, I cannot dispel this worries, these miseries. So at that point of time, Arjuna, after saying that, Arjuna became very silent. After saying that in the eighth shlokas we finished in the second chapter. Now ninth slokam. Arjuna uvacha. So Sanjaya uvacha, ninth chapter, ninth sloka. Sanjaya uvacha. Yeva muktva rishikesham gudakesaga parantapaka. Nayotsye yuti govindam uktva tushrim babuvaha. Sanjaya Uvacha, that is, Eva Muktva Rishikesam. So having said like this to Rishikesam, having said what? Eva Muktva, having said to Rishikesam, to Krishna, that you please tell me what is good for me. And now I don't find any other means to come out of this problem. You please, I am your disciple. You please instruct me. I've surrendered unto you. I am a soul surrendered unto you. You please instruct me. So having said like this, so Eva Muktva Rishikesam, unto Krishna. unto Rishikesa. That's what Rishikesam. So evam uktva Rishikesam Gudakesaka Parantapa. Parantapaga. So Arjuna's name is, another name is Gudakesha. Gudakesha means who has won the sleep. So is the master of curbing ignorance. So Gudakesha. So Gudakesaka Parantapa. Parantapa means he is the conqueror of enemies. So that's what Parantapaga. Gudakesaka Parantapaga. Nayotse iti Govindam Uktva. So 2 times Uktva is coming. Evam Uktva. Then Nayotse iti Govindam Uktva. Uktva means having said. So Arjuna told Krishna that I am surrendered to you. Please instruct me. Please tell me what is good for me. All such things after said. Then Arjuna said one more thing at the end. What did he say? Arjuna said that Nayotsya iti Govindam. Govinda, oh Govinda, I shall not fight. Nayotsya iti Govinda. Uktva tushni babuvaha. So after saying this Uktva, he became silent. That's what babuvaha. Uktva tushni. Tushni means silent. Uktva tushni babuvaha. So evam uktva Rishikesam Gudakesaga Parantapa Nayotsya iti Govindam Uktva tushni babuvaha. So, but one thing that Arjuna asked Krishna what is good for. So now Krishna is going to talk. So now in the next sloka, sloka number 10, still Sanjaya is talking. Sanjaya is saying that Tamuvacha Rishikesaha Pragasanniva Bharatha Senayor Ubayor Madhye Visidantam Idam Vachaha Tamuvacha. So when Arjuna said like this, so Tamuvacha, when Arjuna said like this to Krishna, so what did Rishikesha did? Rishikesha, he was just smiling. Arjuna was crying. Arjuna's eyes were full of tears. Asrupurna kulekshanam. Tam tata kripaya vishtam asrupurna kulekshanam visidantam. So Arjuna was lamenting, Arjuna was crying, his body was trembling, his figure, his limbs were quivering, and his skins were burning, and his mouth was drying up, and his mouth Kandiva was slipping from his hands. All such things are happening to Arjuna. But here Krishna is just smiling. Pragasan. Pragasan niva bharat. Because Krishna is beyond the 3 modes of material nature. So Krishna will not be moved. Krishna will not be affected. Krishna cannot see someone as friend and enemy, someone as like that. Krishna only can see that somebody is a devotee or not. That of course Krishna can see. But Krishna will not differentiate anyone. Krishna is equal to everyone. Samoham sarva bhutesu. So only a person who is controlled by the 3 modes of material nature will say that someone is friend, someone is enemy, someone he likes, someone he doesn't like. All such things happen because he is controlled by the 3 modes of material nature. But Krishna is controlling the 3 modes of material nature. Krishna is above the modes of nature and Krishna is controlling the modes of nature. So Krishna cannot distinguish like that. Krishna cannot see. So Krishna is just smiling to Arjuna, smiling. Pragasanniva Bharata Senayor Ubayor Madhye Visidantam Idam Vachaha. So he spoke the following words. Visidantam Idam Vachaha. So now only Krishna starts giving his instruction. So we are going to study what Krishna is going to teach in Bhagavad Gita, starting from this sloka number 11 in the 2nd chapter. So many times I mentioned in the past that in the 2nd chapter, sloka number 11 to 30, these 20 slokas, Krishna is giving us very scientifically, Krishna is explaining us about the soul. Very scientific explanation about the soul. So if we understand each and every sloka, if we study again and again, if we memorize and if we understand, then we know for sure that we are not the body, we are the soul, because Krishna is explaining, Krishna is teaching us very scientifically. That's what we need to understand. So in the 11th sloka, Krishna is saying that Sri Bhagavan Vacha Asochananvasochastvam Prajnavadamscha Bhasase Gatasuna Gatasumscha nanu sochanti panditaha. So the reason Krishna was smiling, Krishna was telling Arjuna that you are lamenting for no reason. You are worrying for no reason. Anvasochastvam. Anvasochastvam. So you are lamenting. Asochan. Asochan means there is no need to lament. Not worthy of lamentation. So asochan anvasochastvam. When there is no need to lament, when there is no need to worry, but you are worrying, you are lamenting. Asochan anvasochastvam. But you are talking like a learned person. Because in the first chapter, Arjuna told so many various reasons to Krishna that why he should not fight. Everything. Kuladharmam, then women say the Kuladharma will be destroyed, then Adharma will be rising, then Adharma abhi bhavatyuta, pradusyanti kulastriyagam, then the family, woman in the family will get polluted, then jayate varna sankaragam, so unwanted population will come, so sankaro narakayaiva, so that unwanted population will make this world as hell. Then Uchanna Kuladharmana, Manusyanam, Janardana, Narake Niyatam Vasa. So those who are responsible for causing such hellish condition in this world, they will always dwell in hell. So like that, Arjuna was talking so many things. So now Krishna is saying everything in just in one line. Prajnavadamscha bhasase. So you are speaking like a learned person, but really you don't know anything because you are worrying for no reason. Is it really no reason? Arjuna, he already told Krishna, we already studied in the second chapter, Arjuna told Krishna, Katham Bhishma Maham Sankhe Dronam Cha Madhusudana Isubhigi Pratiyotsyami Pujarga Varisudana. How can I counterattack with arrows? My Guru Dronacharya and my grandfather Bhishma, they are both worthy of my worship. So now Krishna is telling Arjuna that you are worrying for no reason. So, the reason Krishna is saying here that Gathasu nagathasumscha nanusochanti panditaha. So, wise man, pandita, a learned person, pandita, wise man, laments neither for the living nor for the dead. Gathasu agathasumscha. Gatha means a person who is dead, gone. Agatha means not gone. So, not lost. So, Gathasum, Agathasumscha, Nanu Sochanti Pandita, a wise man laments neither for the living nor for the dead. So, here, why it is so? Because the wise man sees everyone as the soul. When Arjuna told grandfather Bhishma and teacher Dronacharya, Arjuna didn't see the soul of the grandfather Bhishma. Arjuna didn't see the soul of the teacher. Here, Arjuna was a Kshatriya and he is supposed to, he should make sure that the righteousness should prevail. So that's what the Kshatriya Dharma. So here, you should only look at the soul. So that's what here Krishna is saying that you are not looking at the soul. You are seeing only the bodies. So that's the problem. See, the soul can never be killed. That's what we are going to study in the second chapter in the coming slokas. So that's why asochan anvasochastvam prajnavadamscha bhasase gatasum nagatasumscha nanusochanti pandita. So a pandita, wise man laments neither for the living nor for the dead. Then in the next sloka, so in the sloka number 12, Krishna is teaching that Natvevaham jatunasam natvam neme janadipaka nachaiva na bhavishyamaka sarve vayam ataha param. Natveva aham. Aham means myself. Natveva aham. Natvam neme janadipa. Natveva aham jatunasam. Jatunasam means I am never lost. So I am always there. So never was there a time I did not exist. That's what Natvevakam Jatunasam. Natvam, nor you. Neme Janadipaga. And nor all these kings. So there was never a time when I did not exist, nor you, nor all these kings. Janadipaga. So Natyevagam Jatunasam Natvam Neme Janadipaga. So Janadipaga means Bhishma, Dronacharya, everyone. So for whom Arjuna was lamenting. So there was never a time when I did not exist, nor you, nor all these kings. Nachaiva na bhavishyamaga sarvevayam attaha param. Nachaiva na bhavishyamaga. Also in the future also there won't be a time when we shall not exist. We will be there all the time. So that's why nor in the future shall any of us cease to exist. So never was there a time when I did not exist, nor you, nor all these kings, or nor in the future shall anyone will cease to exist. We are there all the time. Here Krishna is teaching the knowledge about soul. So we are not the body, we are the soul. So we should see the soul in everyone's body. Everywhere we should see only soul. Not the body, we should only see the soul. So that is possible only with the knowledge of Bhagavad Gita. Ultimately, at the end of Bhagavad Gita, when Krishna spoke the entire Bhagavad Gita to Arjuna, with the knowledge of Bhagavad Gita, Arjuna was able to see everybody as soul. That's why he was able to fight. That's why he was able to shoot arrows at his teacher and his grandfather and his cousins. Everything Arjuna was able to do because he was able to see everyone as soul, and in every body there is Krishna, the super soul, and that same super soul, Sri Krishna, is also driving his chariot and he wants him to fight. So that's why Arjuna finally realized that his goal should be only to please the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Sri Krishna. That's it. So he was simply fighting for Krishna after he understood the entire knowledge of Bhagavad Gita. So that's what is needed for us. The way we live should change. The way we think should change. So in this material world, with all our material conceptions, all the time we think everything in terms of the body. But in reality, no one is going to die. No one is going to lose. So the body only will die. The body only we are going to lose. But we have taken many bodies in the past. Many, unlimited. It's difficult to count. It's beyond imagination, beyond counting. So innumerable bodies we have taken. But we should not continue the same trend. We should bring an end to this problem. That's the main thing. That's why this knowledge of Bhagavad Gita only helps. So by Krishna's caste mercy, we finished 4 slokas today. From this sloka number 9 to 12 in the second chapter. Hare Krishna. I will stop now and we will discuss if any questions are there. Hare Krishna.